Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. If you like, you can come here. Better than so far away.
Okay.
Huh?
You talk to me.
I will speak English. For the benefit of those who don't speak German. Okay, so we're reading today from Bhagavad Gita, as it is. From the 5th chapter, it's called Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. And we are reading text 8 to 9. As far as I know, this 5th chapter, because traditionally, every chapter has also a certain name. And Prabhupada at times keeps the original name, and sometimes he gives another name. Like the 2nd chapter, right? The 2nd chapter is called Summary of the Topics of Bhagavad Gita, something like this, right? It's an English name. Prabhupada's very interesting. Actually, you have to understand Prabhupada as a perfect representative of this sampradaya, of this disciplic succession, of this line of gurus. He really wants to be very loyal to the gurus and to the shastra, to the scriptures, but at the same time wants to communicate this in a way that is for people who have no clue about this ancient tradition. So Prabhupada has to always, balance taking into consideration time, place, circumstances, to change somehow, so to say, to adopt, and at the same time to keep his loyalty. And this is very interesting to see in these names of the chapters of Bhagavad Gita, where at times Prabhupada keeps the original name, sometimes makes it in English. Like the 1st chapter is on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, right? On the battlefield. It's an English name. In the Sanskrit, it's Arjuna Vishada Yoga, as far as I know. Arjuna Vishada, the yoga of the bewilderment of Arjuna. So Prabhupada gives an English name. 2nd chapter is the summary of the contents of summary.
Contents of the Gita.
Summarized, yeah. So in German also, zur Zusammenfassung des Inhalts der Gita. Again, it's not the original Sanskrit. The original is Sankhya Yoga. 2nd chapter is normally called Sankhya Yoga. And the 5th chapter here, Karma Yoga, Action in Krishna Consciousness. We have already in the 3rd chapter, is also called Karma Yoga, but without this addition, Action in Krishna Consciousness. So traditionally, the 3rd chapter is called Karma Yoga, and the 5th tradition is called Sannyas Yoga. Sannyas Yoga. Yeah. So, but still, so Prabhupada wants to present now the action as sannyas, so to say. What is an activity which you are obliged to do? We are obliged to act. We cannot not act. But at the same time, we want to renounce karma. And action produces karma. So we are in a dilemma. So karma yoga is the solution. Action in Krishna consciousness. When you act in Krishna consciousness, it is if you would not act. This is the trick. And it's very powerful. Because we want to become free from karma. But we cannot because we have to act. So we always entangle ourselves in karma. So either you stop acting, which is very difficult, or there must be another solution. The other solution is karma yoga or bhakti yoga, where you can act at the same time. It does not produce karma, and at the same time destroys your old karma. Very powerful activity. Good. So we read now this text 8 to 9. Naiva kinchit karomiti yukto manyeta tattvavit Pashyan shrinvan sprishan chigran ashnan gachan swapan shvasan pralapan visichan grinan unmishan nimishan api indriyan indriyarteshu vartanta iti darayan. Translation. A person in the divine consciousness, although engaged in seeing, hearing, touching, smelling, eating, moving about, sleeping and breathing, always knows within himself that he actually does nothing at all. Because while speaking, evacuating, receiving, or opening or closing his eyes, he always knows that only the material senses are engaged with their objects and that he is aloof from them. Okay, this was a long text, but we will talk about it. So, purport. A person in Krishna consciousness is pure in his existence, and consequently he has nothing to do with any work which depends upon 5 immediate and remote causes: the doer, the work, the situation, the endeavor, and fortune. This is because he is engaged in the loving transcendental service of Krishna. Although he appears to be acting with his body and senses, he is always conscious of his actual position, which is spiritual engagement. In material consciousness, the senses are engaged in sense gratification, but in Krishna consciousness, the senses are engaged in the satisfaction of Krishna's senses. Therefore, the Krishna conscious person is always free, even though he appears to be engaged in affairs of the senses. Activities such as seeing and hearing are actions of the senses meant for receiving knowledge, whereas moving, speaking, evacuating, etc. are actions of the senses meant for work. A Krishna-conscious person is never affected by the actions of the senses. He cannot perform any act except in the service of the Lord, because he knows that he is the eternal servitor of the Lord. Oma Gyanati Mirandasya, Gyananjana Salakya, Chakshumilitamina, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Okay, so in this verse it's spoken about a Tattvavit. Yeah? Tattvavit means someone who knows the truth. Tattva means truth, and Vit, Veda, Vit, knowing. So someone who knows the truth, he is still acting, and there are many things mentioned, how to act, Pashyan, Shrevan, Speshan, Shigran. Yeah, he's seeing, he's hearing, he's touching, and Shigran means smelling, right? Is acting with the senses. We are in contact, the senses are in contact with the sense objects of the world. There's a connection there. But so there's an activity and a connection, and through this an identification with the body, with the material world. And there's a connection there. But at the same time, this person is doing all that, but at the same time he knows always, it's not me. I'm not connected. I'm not the body. I'm residing in this body, I'm living in this body, and I'm using the body like a machine. It's really like that a transcendentalist deeply understood or realized, he sees the truth, tattvavit, someone knows the truth, and it's like the duality between body and soul is completely realized. Completely realized. And it's real like this, that he's acting as if in a machine and just working this body, but never thinking, I am the body, and the body has to be happy, this is the purpose of life. No, he's just doing this because out of necessity. So to this consciousness we have to come, and the way how to do this is through Krishna consciousness. When you do intense Krishna consciousness, but what is intense Krishna consciousness? You know, is this getting up very early in the morning, as early as possible, and eating as little as possible or as much as possible? It's also intense to eat as much as possible. Yeah? Is it to do 100 pujas, 1,000 rounds? Yeah? Is it distributing hundreds of thousands of books and shaving up thousands of karmis? Huh? What is it? What is it? Intense devotional service? No. Actually, intense devotional service means intense absorption of the mind in Krishna conscious activity. So if we are only doing this externally, doing devotional service but not being there with our attention and our mind, our subtle body has to be involved too, then it's purifying, definitely, it's auspicious, definitely, but it's not really the purpose. In the beginning, we might not be so aware and we cannot control that, because the mind is still very much attached to the material world. And in the 3rd chapter, which makes similar points to the 5th, it's even said, mityacharasya uchyate. If you are such a false actor, mityachara means someone who doesn't do it right. It's even said he's a pretender. In German it's even stronger, ein Heuchler. And Heuchler means really someone who does one thing but means another thing with it. It's complete duplicious. So if we are, and this is spoken about someone who renounces the world. You renounce the world, I don't need nothing, I am a spirit soul, and you renounce the world, But at the same time, you're still attached to the world and thinking about it all the time. Then there is an dichotomy. What's it called? Dichotomy? Dichotomy. Yeah. It's not authentic. Yeah. You pretend to do something, but what you're actually not really like, where you're not really at. Yeah. And the Bhagavad Gita is very strong. You're a pretender. You're a rascal. Yeah, rascal yogi, rascal renouncer. So at the same time for us, living in temple, doing bhakti yoga, all that. But are we there with our mind? So the conclusion now is not, oh, I'm not there with my mind, I better go out of the temple again. Oh, I cannot do it. No. The positive is bring your mind in. Not bring your body out where your mind is. Yeah? Bring your mind to there where your body is right now. You're in the temple right now. The body is in the temple, but the mind is not in the temple. It's somewhere in the world. In the soccer game, or in the bar, or in the computer games, or video, whatever, movie, wherever, right? You have so many attachments. The body is here, but the mind is somewhere else. So the solution is not, oh, I have to be authentic, so I have to follow now my mind and drag the body along and go to the bar, go to the football game, whatever. No, the conclusion is you bring your mind in. You're rightly situated in a devotional service in the temple. Very nice. Bring your mind in. And this takes some time because the mind is very flickering. It's called chanchalam. It goes here and there, it's everywhere. So bring it back. Krishna says through endeavor, always working on it, always bring the mind in. Bring it back. Where am I? What am I doing? I'm serving Krishna. I want to please Krishna. I'm hearing His name. I'm reading. All that. Be attentive. In a lecture, be attentive. I see this very clearly because I'm sitting here and I see all the guys. And I see who is listening and who is not listening. I can see that, especially when they sleep. They sleep. No, I'm not sleeping. I'm hearing. Yeah, of course. Yeah. So don't embarrass yourself from the speaker's point of view, who sees who is there, listening, attentive, working, wanting to know something, or who is like, oh, I have to sit here because temple president forced me to. When is this over? This torture. When is prasadam? The morning time especially, right? We have to fix our mind. We have to fix our mind to Krishna Katha, to devotional activities. And with time, we will like to learn it. In the beginning, we don't like it so much because we don't really get it. But we do this with time, and then the nectar comes of devotional service. Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. It's an ocean of nectar of devotions, the nectar of devotional service. And you love to do devotional service. You love to chant, you love to hear, you love to dance, you overcome your mind. Because the mind tells, oh, I'm not in the mood today of dancing in the kirtan. I stand in the corner. I watch a bit and nice, it's all good. Huh? Yeah? Overcome and say, why I'm not dancing? Why I'm not happy? Ask yourself, why am I not happy? I'm a spirit soul, Satchit Ananda, isn't it? We are full of bliss. Right now we are so full of bliss. Why am I not getting it? Use your buddhi. Use your intelligence. This is called buddhi yoga. This is a very nice trick in spiritual life. It's a very nice trick. When you don't feel like it, you preach to yourself. You use your intelligence. I should feel like happy. I remember once I had experience. I was not devotee and I was a little, I started to become a devotee. And I don't know, maybe I was a little bit intoxicated too, but I meditated on the word Ananda. This was before I went to the temple. I read about it. Maybe I was sometimes visiting the temple. And I think I was a bit intoxicated also. So I was just thinking about the word Ananda, and it was like Buddha yoga, because I knew this means bliss. And I meditated and I became blissful. Just because of thinking of the word Ananda, Sanskrit is not different from the actual, what is described. And I kind of understood that you can really change your feelings through intelligence. This is called Buddhi yoga, right? When you know, and then you can use the intelligence because the mind and the feelings are underneath the intelligence. With the intelligence, you can control your emotions, like fear. Yeah, when you're afraid, the room is dark and you hear some noise, and suddenly from deep down some weird imagination comes, what could that be? And you become afraid. But then you use your intelligence. It's just a mouse or something. Why am I afraid? It's nonsense. I don't have to be afraid. Oh yeah, okay, it's just a mouse. Yeah, you can use your intelligence. So in the kirtan, the same. If you're not singing, dancing, and being happy in kirtan, you're mental. Mental means you're just worried, thinking. You're controlled by the mind, by the rascal mind. Yeah, what tells you all kinds of stuff. And you have to really fight yourself free. Say, what's this nonsense? I'm a spiritual being. I'm ecstatic. Hari bol. Let's dance. Let's jump. Let's raise my arms. And you will feel it. And suddenly the feeling comes. Yeah, it's true. But if you're, no, it doesn't work. And maybe them, but not me, or whatever. Yeah. So we have to really work on ourselves, be conscious, and use these articles of devotional service. And the nectar will come. Prabhupada said, if you're not happy in Krishna consciousness, you're doing something wrong. It's not, I cannot be happy. No, you do something wrong. So we should simply do it right. Through absorption in the process. Yeah? And the mind has to be there too, in the activity. Conscious reading, doing it consciously. And then many things will come, many realizations will come, understanding will come, and as is explained like this, wouldn't it be wonderful to understand that we're not the body? It would be great to understand, oh, it's just the body acting, I'm the spiritual soul. Wouldn't it be wonderful to understand, I am not the mind? To really see, this is not me, just these emotions and these thoughts, all this nonsense which is always absorbing me within, identifying, that's not me, I have nothing to do. I'm Aham Brahmasmi. I'm a spiritual soul. I'm transcendental, I'm eternal, all that. And then the devotional service starts, because Aham Brahmasmi, it means I'm spirit. But it's not empty. It has a purpose, it has an essence, and this is bhakti. Because we know Chivya Swarup Hoy Krishnera Nitya Das. This essence, the soul, is a servant of Krishna. And in one sense, our scriptures explain that there's a progression of your advancement. Yeah, you make advancement. And on higher stages where you have to come to, you have to do devotional service within. Not only without, also actively within. Understanding I am a spiritual being. And you act in a spiritual way within yourself and experience, of course, highest pleasure. Yeah. So it's not only outside. Yeah? Rupa Goswami explains in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, devotional service should be done with your sadhana deha and with your siddha deha. Sadhana deha means the body, and the siddha deha means when you understand I'm a spiritual being, and you meditate on Krishna's Leela, and you take part in Krishna's Leela. Understand? You take part in Krishna's Leela in the spiritual form, which during chanting or meditation you realized. And in that sense, you are always living in Vrindavan. Rupa Goswami says we should live in Vrindavan, but if you cannot live in Vrindavan, you should live internally in Vrindavan. Nice. Huh? It's very nice. So we should think about Vrindavan, how wonderful Vrindavan is. Spiritual world. And we should develop longing to go there. Sometimes we have longing to go somewhere, make some journey, make some holidays. People like, oh, finally 2 weeks more working, and then I will fly to Venezuela. Maybe not. Maybe not, it's good. Hawaii, fly to Dominikanische Republik. Maybe better, no? Dominikanische Republik. No? Many go there. To the beach and everything. Yes, could be. Finally, and they dream already, oh, when I will go there and this will be wonderful. I want to go there. Yeah, we should also think like this. I want to go to Vrindavan. Oh, very soon I go to Vrindavan. Couple more years. Then I will leave this body. Then I go to Vrindavan. That's it, material world. I don't stay here anymore. I don't want to get born again. You get born again if you want. So you have to understand, what's this world? It's useless. This world has nothing to offer. you can go to Vrindavan. So very soon we will leave our body. And we should prepare. Yang vapi smaran bhavant yachati anteka levaram tangtam evaiti kauntya sadadat bhava bhavitaha. Whatever you think in the moment of death, this you will attain in the next life. What your bhava is, bhava means like your consciousness. What this is in the moment of death, it will give you a next body. When you have a consciousness of a dog, you get a dog body. Because you think, man, this is stupid in this human body. I want to have a dog body. You get a dog body. You can run around, lick the floor like anything, right? Howl, roar, 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 bite someone. Oh, I'm a dog. That's great. Yeah, many people become dogs in next life because they live like dogs already. They want to be dogs. So, but when you have a spiritual consciousness, you get a spiritual body. That would be cool. Imagine you have a spiritual body. Not this weird body here. Spiritual body. Imagine yourself running around with a spiritual body. That would be cool. Oh, I go now to Passau in my spiritual body. It will look like anything. Wow, this guy looks far out. In my spiritual body. Wow, imagine you go in a shop and say, hello, good deal. Wow, it's a spiritual body. Such an Ananda body. Yes, I will. I probably will not run around in Passau in our spiritual bodies. But in our spiritual body, or as spiritual bodies, we can run around, do all kinds of things. And the body is eternal. Imagine, the body is eternal. You have a body which is indestructible, can jump down from World Trade Center, which doesn't exist anymore, of course. Yeah. From the Empire State Building, can jump down, nothing will happen. Krishna did this. When Krishna was running away from Jarasandha, he jumped from a hill, a mountain, many miles. He was just jumping. Krishna cannot get destroyed. The soul cannot get destroyed. With your spiritual body, you can do whatever you like. Prabhupada says this is a sign of the spiritual nature's freedom. Like Narada Muni, he can go wherever he likes. Narada Muni can go wherever he likes. You're not afraid, you can do whatever you like. But you use your freedom for Krishna. So your body is eternal, it's full of consciousness, you know, you cannot get bewildered anymore. You cannot get bewildered, you're full, pure consciousness. And full of bliss. So this we can have, Prabhupada says, now. You can have this now. But why don't we do it? Because we are so attached to stupid things. Stupid things. We are attached to a lot of stupid things. Krishna offers you can have the spiritual body, Satchidananda, be like really beautiful and powerful and great and wonderful and come to me and it's really cool. Or you can have a material body with veins and blood and stool, right? You eat and get transformed, you have to go to the toilet. It's terrible. It's so terrible. What is this? This is a stool factory. This body is a stool factory. It produces stool all day long. But it's true. It's really true. Actually, it's really embarrassing that we are caught in this thing. Because we are the soul, we are spiritual beings, but we are forced to do terrible things. We are forced to do terrible things. But it doesn't have to be like that. But it's only like because we are so attached to it. Maybe not to the abominable things, but we think still there's something nice in this body, in this world, in this... No, it's not. We should give it up. And a devotee who understands this with Chatwith, he understands this is a stool factory. And I use this body as long as it's necessary. I have it because of my karma. And very soon I will die. I can leave it peacefully. Yeah? We will die very soon. We'll leave it. Imagine you leave your body, you go out of body, you see that body lying there. Many people have experienced like this. This is and it goes very soon. It goes so soon. And you will lie on your deathbed and think, where's the time gone? 2 minutes ago I was 20 years old. What happened? Now I'm old. 80 years, I cannot move anymore. This will come very soon. For every one of us. But the solution is that we prepare ourselves now. So Krishna consciousness, that we can be transcendental to all that. And that we can be transcendental to dying even. Dhiras tatra namuyati, it said. Dhiras tatra namuyati, you're not bewildered when you die. I die now. Like it's a normal thing. Dying is like, Prabhupada says, leaving your flat and moving to another flat. What's the problem? You just leave the body. It's a short moment, maybe it's a little painful, but when you're gone, when you're out, okay, that's it. Imagine, okay, gone. But then when you have still material desires, you get sucked again into another body. So you have to leave and not want another body. Not leave, okay, this was old, I want a new one. I want to enjoy. No, you have to have no material desires. You leave your body and you say, that was it. Now, please, my dear Lord, accept me as your servant. So this consciousness we have to have in the moment of death. And Prabhupada in the 8th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, very often in the beginning of 8th chapter, which is about leaving the body and like this, repeats the Hare Krishna mantra so often. You have to chant Hare Krishna when you die. Then you go to Krishna. That's all. So in order to do this, we should really chant now. And the holy name is so full of nectar. The holy name is so full of nectar. There's so much power in the name. So much realization, so much bliss. We are so stupid. We shouldn't be stupid. We should chant. At least in the japa time, we should use this time. It's really, really important. It's our precious lifetime. It's so important. Now we think, no problem, no problem, no problem. But later, especially in death, when you die, you see your whole life. You heard about this? You see the film of your life. You heard about this? It's really like that. You see your life, like very quick, tick, 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 tick. From a different point of view. You see your whole life, what you did. But you see it with a different consciousness. You are not the actor inside. You are like in a movie. You're watching it. It's a film of your life. You see it from that point of view, and you see why are you now what you are because of all these activities. So you see, oh my God, this I did. This is so stupid, stupid, stupid. Oh, this was okay. This was kind of okay. This was good. This was so terrible. Now I did this. No, oh God. Oh this. Oh no. I cannot even remember. You are completely drunk. You beat someone up or take the girl of your best friend or something. Yeah. You do terrible things, yeah, drugs, this, that, and you see this, my God. Once I was at home visiting my friends and family, and one friend of mine came and he was very ecstatic because we haven't seen each other some time, and I was together with Pradyumna, my very good friend, who is also devotee. I was with him in kindergarten, so we joined kind of together. And one old friend of us came and he said, oh, nice to see you after such a long time. And I have something very special for you, for all of us and especially you too. And what is it? Who knows? I told this a couple of times, this story. Someone knows what it was? Nobody? Okay. It was a DVD. It was a DVD. When we had one, many years back, we were like 15, 16 maybe, we had a party. Not a party, we were just, sitting on a table and getting drunk, and just all the friends and doing stupid things. And someone filmed it. And these were old tapes, and this friend of ours, he made a DVD out of it and wanted to show it to us. Oh, very nice, very ecstatic, all remembrance. I said, oh God, I don't want to see that, the most stupid of all the people. Some people are, isn't it? It's said when you're in Tamaguna, and you drink alcohol, you get, what is it? When you're in Sattva Guna and you drink alcohol, you get sleepy. When you drink alcohol and you're in Raja Guna, you get happy, you laugh a lot. And when you drink alcohol in Tamaguna, you get very aggressive. So I was more like this type. And was a bit more than complete nothing. Yeah? So, and I thought, oh no, I don't want to see that. This is so embarrassing, right? This is so, as a devotee, you don't want to see that. You want to have nothing to do with this anymore. It's not me anymore. And he put this in and showed I couldn't watch it. And Pradyumna watched, he liked it. He said, oh, yes, good. Because he was kind and calm and nice, and he had nothing to lose, right? I said, please destroy this thing, right? I don't know, I hope it doesn't exist anymore. But then he said to me, why are you so embarrassed? This isn't you anymore. This is not you. If you think it's you, you're embarrassed. But it's not you. It's your old life. No, it's nothing. It's just stupid kids. Right? I thought, yeah, true. Still, I couldn't watch it, but in a similar way, we will see our life like that when we die. You see what you did. And in that sense, we should live our life now from the point of view of death. What will I think in death about that, what I'm doing now? Is it good or not? In one sense, it's like the third person perspective. It's like another point of view which should give us more an objective understanding of my situation. Because when we're just in the mind and doing this, we don't judge it. At times we don't judge it. We just do because we do. We like it, the mind, the senses like it. But if we put ourselves in this higher consciousness of intelligence actually and evaluate what am I doing, what will the result of that be in death? This is what should be the standard of judging an activity. What will be the effect when I die? Okay, I don't do this. Or that what I do it better. I chant Hare Krishna, oh, I should chant really intense. Hare Krishna, go into it. Take shelter of Krishna. So this is one aspect of this Tattvavit, a person who knows, because this person uses the time really as for what it's meant to be, for it's meant to be used, and he has this higher understanding, and he's not in this mind anymore and dragged by all these different forces. You overcome the forces. Yeah. So, to end on that point, we try to use this sadhana very well. The effect is great, it's wonderful, it's amazing, it will work. We have to stick to it and give our best. As we should, who was it today who said in the lecture? Dirnita, huh? Our motto is always do better service. This is very powerful, always do better service. Today was all right, tomorrow better. Tomorrow the thing that was right, better. Every day better. Better japa, better sadhana, better getting up, better attitude, work. We should really hardly work on ourselves. We should really work on ourselves. Like a sports person. You know Cristiano Ronaldo? Huh? Schau, ich kommt? Ja. Gott, du kennst doch nicht Cristiano Ronaldo. Wo kennt? Huh? She knows. Yeah. Huh? Yeah, she knows. Okay. Cristiano Ronaldo. Huh? He's like the best soccer player in the world. But why? Just because he likes to play a bit soccer? Just because he is, no. He's working like anything for that. He's so ambitious. I want to be the best. Or Roger Federer? Yeah. Or Rafael Nadal. Huh? Yeah, it's also Rafa Nadal. Huh? Nadal? Tennis player. Roger Federer. I don't know. Anyway, but he is like the best tennis players in the world. Federer and Nadal. I don't know if Federer won more of the Grand Slams. So why is he so good? Because he works like anything for it. Or other people who achieve something. Prabhupada. Why was Prabhupada so successful? Because he worked like anything for it. So keep the goal in mind. What is the purpose of my life? Is the purpose of my life to get married? Have a couple of children and drink some lassi? And once a year go maybe to Mayapur and This is okay if we have this tendency, yes, but it's not the ultimate goal. Is my goal simply to hang out as a brahmachari and sleep myself from prasad time to prasad time? Okay, now and then is my purpose, what is the purpose of my life really? What do I really want? And this desire has to get strong. I want to become Krishna conscious, and you will act also for that. You get up in the morning, you take your shower, you take a cold shower, because it makes you awake and wow, I can chant better. Not only, I always say that I douche warm, clean, and then cold in the end. And then you go, wow. Yeah, it's very good. And you chant and you do and you work. Attitude, really. Work on yourself and you will get this liberation of Maya and you achieve Krishna consciousness. And it will work. This is Prabhupada's promise. Okay. Hare Krishna. Thank you for your kind attention. Anyone wants to add something? Question? So, yeah?
How we know if we are practicing karma yoga or bhakti yoga?
There are, I think, a couple of definitions, but at least one I would say is karma yoga is when you do something for Krishna. Yoga means for Krishna, right? So karma yoga means you do something for Krishna, what you like. And bhakti yoga is what you do for Krishna, what Krishna likes. Because pure bhakti is free from all material tendencies. Anyabhilashita shunyam jnana karma dhyanavritam anukulyena. Anukulyena means favorably. Anukulyena Krishna anushilanam. Acting for Krishna. Favorably. For Krishna, what Krishna likes. So in that sense, in one sense, you could say also like this, that karma, that bhakti yoga is if you act with the intention of pleasing Krishna. I do this to please Krishna. In that sense, bhakti is not, I do it for Krishna, or an activity for Krishna. No, it's activity with the intention of pleasing Krishna. It's different. Just doing for Krishna is different, like doing an arti. I can do an arti, or I can do an arti really to please Krishna. And this is bhakti. So this is what we should have. I chant Krishna's name now to please him, Hare Krishna, to give some offering. I heard a very nice meditation from Lokanath Maharaj, who said, you chant Hare Krishna like this, with the meditation. Hare is Radharani. So if you say to Radharani, oh Radhe, Radhe, it's okay for her. But she likes it more if she hears Krishna's name. So you chant Hare to Krishna, Hare, because he hears Radha. And he's, oh, Radha. And you chant Krishna to Radharani, who hears, when she hears Krishna, she's like, wow, ecstatic. Hare Krishna, this way, right? Not to Krishna, but to Radha Krishna. It's very interesting. To please, but the point is not so much like a technique, it's more to chant to please Krishna. Of course, you can also say Krishna to please him. It's also okay. But the point is, you do it to please Krishna. You clean to please Krishna. Please, my Lord, be satisfied with this. All that. And it's a very high platform, right? To always think about this. It's very high, but this makes immediately ecstatic, and because it's immediately right. So we can try to work on that too. This is a very high platform. To really do this for Krishna. Not for, but to please him. To give some pleasure. Pure bhakti. Good. I wish you all success in devotional service, and you wish me the same too. Tomorrow, we get up early and chant Hare Krishna like anything. Srila Prabhupada Ke, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Gopi Chana Vallabha, Girivaradari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Yamuna Tira Vanachari Yamuna Tira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Vihari Jaya Radha Madhava Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Rama Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Srila Prabhupada Ki